رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. I would like to discuss about alliteration, assonance, consonance, anaphora, simile, metaphor, and conceit. Alliteration. Actually, alliteration is a kind of repetition. Alliteration refers to the repetition of a consonant in the beginning of two or more words. Try to understand. Alliteration refers to the repetition of a consonant in the beginning of two or more words. For example, the fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. In these lines, the consonant letter B has been repeated and the consonant letter F has been repeated more than two words. This is called alliteration. Then another example is to spend too much time in study is sloth. Listen very carefully. To spend too much time in study is sloth. In this line, the consonant letter S has been repeated in the beginning of two or more words. To spend too much time in study is sloth. Then anaphora. Anaphora is also a repetition. Anaphora is the repetition of word or phrase. Anaphora refers to the repetition of the same word or phrase. Try to understand. Anaphora is the repetition of same word, and alliteration is the repetition of same consonant in the beginning of two or more words. And anaphora is also same to same. The difference is anaphora is the repetition of word or phrase, and alliteration is the repetition of a consonant, a letter. Okay, let's learn about the example of anaphora. In a very famous poem written by William Shakespeare, Sonnet 18, the last two lines, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long live this. In these two lines, look at the beginning phrase, so long. So long, this is a phrase, so long, and the second line also, so long. So long, so long. This phrase has been repeated. So this is an example of anaphora. That means in these lines, a phrase has been repeated. A phrase has been repeated. So as I told you, the repetition of a word or a phrase, this is called anaphora. Okay, look at the example. Then assonance. Assonance and consonance both are called internal rhyme. Both are called internal rhyme. Writers use assonance and consonance in order to create a flow, a motion, a rhythm, mainly in the poetic verses, in the poetic lines. Because if you use the same sound in a line more than twice, it will create a layer, it will create a rhyme, and it will become melodious and very sweet. So let's learn about assonance. Assonance is also a repetition. Assonance is the repetition of a vowel sound. Try to understand. Assonance refers to a repetition of vowel sounds. There are 20 vowel sounds. According to phonetics, there are 20 vowel sounds or 20 phonetic symbols for 5 vowels. Okay, and among those 20 vowel sounds, if one sound is repeated more than twice, so this is called assonance. The repetition of vowel sound more than 2 words. Maybe it can come in the beginning of the word, in the middle of the word, or in the end of the word. It doesn't matter. But the matter is the repetition of vowel sound. This is called assonance. Okay? And consonance. Consonance is the opposite of assonance. Consonance is also a repetition, but consonance is the repetition of consonant sound. Consonance is the repetition of consonant sound like assonance. So assonance is the repetition of vowel sound and consonance is the repetition of consonant sound. You know, there are 21 consonant letters, and for 21 consonant letters there are 24 consonant sound in phonetics. There are 24 consonant sounds in phonetics, and among those 24 consonant sounds, if one is repeated twice, then this is called consonance. If you can understand phonetics or 44 phonetic symbols with their proper sound, then you can easily find out where assonance is used, where consonance is used. So before finding out assonance and consonance in the poetic verses, you must know about phonetics, about 44 phonetic sounds with phonetic symbols. This is very important. Okay, as I told you, the poets, they use assonance and consonance in order to create a sweet melody, sweet rhythm, sweet sound, sweet motion in the poetic verses. Okay, so this is assonance and consonance. Look at these examples. Example for assonance. Look at this sentence. I'm reminded to line the lid of eye. I am reminded to line the lid of my eye. Listen very carefully. I'm reminded to line the lid of my eyes. So in this line, the vowel sound I, this is actually diphthong, a, e, I, a, e, I. This is a vowel sound, a diphthong vowel sound I. So the vowel sound I has been repeated in this sentence. I am reminded to line the lid of my eye. Lid, I, lid, I, line, I sound. Reminded, mine, ein. So the sound I has been repeated in this line. This is the example of assonance.